Hello, my name is Father Cal Christensen, and I'm pastor of St. Pius X Parish in Mountlake Terrace, and I feel incredibly blessed to be part of this video series. The question that I've been asked this week is, I hear a lot of people talking about spiritual direction. What is that, and should I be participating? Well, this is an excellent question and a good one to be asked by someone who is serious about growing in the spiritual life and serious about growing in personal holiness. Well, before we really tackle this question, I wanted to quote St. Catherine of Siena in her book, The Dialogue, and she writes, "Man is placed above all creatures and not beneath them, and he cannot be satisfied or content except in something greater than himself. Greater than himself there is nothing but myself, the eternal God. Therefore, it is the I alone that can satisfy us." St. Catherine, in this quote, is talking about this deep longing for something greater than ourselves that we all have been created with, this desire, this thirst for God. And we know that, we try as we might to satisfy this hunger in millions of different ways and in millions of different places. I think especially these days with our fascination with the electronics, with smartphones and tablets and other things, oftentimes all of those things can sort of drown out this deep desire we have for something greater than ourselves, for God. And spiritual direction is about recognizing and acknowledging this hunger and looking for a path, a specific way to begin to satisfy this hunger that we have to experience God in a more profound and spiritual way. And this hunger leads many people to seek spiritual direction with someone known as a spiritual director, which can be a priest, it can be a religious, or a trained lay person. Spiritual direction in principle is really quite simple and straightforward. It's to help the directee recognize the presence of God in their lives, to recognize God's activity in their lives. And the path of spiritual direction is not something new. It's a very ancient part of our Catholic faith and goes back to the earliest centuries. But spiritual direction is also about helping us to understand more clearly God's will for us, something that can be difficult for us to discern or figure out on our own because of that fractured or fallen nature that is also a part of the human condition. It's very much like Jesus says in John chapter 5, verse 30, "I can do nothing on my own. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek to do not my own will, but the will of him who sent me." The presence of a spiritual director in one's life can truly help us to see and respond more clearly to God's will. Spiritual direction is an excellent tool to help you deepen your relationship with God and to see and experience Him more clearly in your life. If you are feeling called or nudged internally to look for spiritual direction, I highly encourage you to do so, as again it can be a help to begin to satisfy that deep hunger or thirst for God that we all have been created with. Thank you for your excellent question, and may God bless you today and always.